Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. This is Eric. We're going to do another top 10 video. We are going to do, since I just got back, we're going to do our top 10 Disney movies. Eric, why don't you start?
Okay. Number 10, I've got Ice Age. Pretty good.
That's funny. I like the squirrel. I forgot his name. Do you remember his name? With his acorn.
Wasn't there a Sid in that movie?
Yeah. There was. You like characters named Sid, don't you?
Mm-hmm. That was the John Leguizamo.
Yeah, I think so.
He was Sid.
My number 10 is Monsters, Inc. I love Monsters, Inc. I just want to say it was really, really hard for me to make this list because I like so many of their movies, but I feel good about the 10 I have. But Monsters, Inc. is my number 10. And of all the movies I've left off of it, I feel bad about because I like all of those a lot too. This was really hard for me to make. I like Mike Wazowski.
Putting up some big numbers.
Big numbers.
Number 9, I've got Toy Story. Also because of Sid. I like Sid. My favorite character.
Sid is mean. He's mean to the toys. For my number 9, I have A Bug's Life. And you know what? When I went to Animal Kingdom, I was going to do It's Tough to Be a Bug, and then I got distracted by something and didn't do it. And I should have done it because I heard they're getting rid of It's Tough to Be a Bug. I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's such a cute show. Mm-hmm. But I did get to watch the new Country Bears Jamboree, though. So, okay. On to 8.
Number 8, I got Cars.
Cars is a good one.
Yep.
I like Cars. I can't wait to go to Disneyland so we could do the Cars Land stuff. Ka-chow! Number 8 is I have The Lion King. I love The Lion King. I love Simba. I love Nala. I love Mufasa. And I love Scar. People don't like that Scar is my favorite villain, but he is my favorite villain. I realize what he did. And it's terrible, but at the end of the day, he's still a lion, and I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
We're on number 7.
Okay, we're on 7.
My number 7 is The Black Hole, which also made my top 10 science fiction movies.
I saw the
That's a good one.
I saw The Black Hole in the theater when it came out. Did you?
No, I don't think so. I remember seeing it on HBO or something.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things I ever watched on cable. My cousin had cable.
That was a cool movie. My mom didn't like it because she doesn't like movies about space. She's like Jackie from that 70s show. I told you, Michael, I don't like space.
Space isn't real.
Okay, Amberlynn.
I like the little redneck robot, the busted up one that was about ready to retire.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember his name.
I remember him. I don't remember his name either, but I remember him.
Maximilian.
Yeah. So 7, for my number 7, I put Tangled. I love Tangled. That's a good movie. I like Maximus, and I like the Ruffians.
I haven't actually seen Tangled. It's not really fair for me because I haven't seen a lot of Disney movies.
Oh, you'll have to see
These
Tangled.
are probably the 10 I've seen. Number 6 is Monsters, Inc.
Monsters? Is that what I wrote?
Monsters, Inc. We talked about Monsters, Inc. That was Dawn's number.
I did write Monsters. I wrote
Dawn
his
wrote
list.
my list.
He recited, I wrote.
We talked about Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, we talked about Monsters, Inc. already. There's lots to say about Monsters, Inc. I love when when the one monster, Mike Wazowski's girlfriend, you know, she has a snake for the hair, and they're all acting up, and she's like, girls, girls, or curls, curls.
That was one of Marshall's favorite movies when he was little. We watched that thing about 1,000 times.
Remember he would do a little impersonation of Randall? That was so funny. Put up some big numbers today. Was that number 6?
Mm-hmm.
My number 6 is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Going way back.
Is it dwarfs or dwarves?
Oh, dwarves. So my favorite dwarf is Grumpy. I like him. But I like all the dwarfs, but Grumpy is my favorite. Who's your favorite dwarf?
Grumpy.
Really? You're just saying that because I said it. You don't want to think about it. I met Snow White for the first time the other night at Disney World. I don't like meeting human characters, but I made an exception for Snow White.
Tolkien actually liked to use the word dwarfs for his stories.
Dwarfs?
He preferred dwarfs.
Instead of dwarves?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Tolkien can get away with it.
He didn't like the English version or the American versions of Lord of the Rings because the editor changed it to dwarves. He preferred the usage of the word dwarfs.
Oh.
So, just to let you know.
Well, Snow White was cool. She was totally in character, too. She was like, I told her, I've been here so many times and I've never met you. And she's like, oh, I'm so glad that you got a chance to meet me. It's like, man, she is in character. Okay. What's next? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Are we at 5 already? Okay, go ahead.
Finding Nemo is my number 5.
That's a good one. I like Finding Nemo. It didn't make my list, but I like Finding Nemo. This was a hard list for me to make. Finding Nemo is really cute. I like the turtles.
Mm-hmm. I like the Willem Dafoe character.
Yeah.
They're trying to dirty up the tank so the guy will clean out the tank.
Yeah.
It's a good work.
Number 5. Right? Did you already do yours? Okay. Mine is 101 Dalmatians, the original cartoon. I like that movie. I like when they're watching the TV and the little chubby one is like, I'm hungry, Mother. I am hungry. I like 101 Dalmatians. And I want to add that movie Cruella with Emma Stone, if people didn't like it, I love that movie. I just want to add that.
Okay.
Okay. At the Mickey's Not So Scary, I don't think I got it on film or on camera where she's like, we saw Cruella and this one little girl looked miserable. And she says, you look miserable. Marvelous. I love misery. It was funny. Okay, now we're on number 4.
Mm-hmm. My number 4?
Your number 4.
My number 4 is The Lion King, which we discussed previously.
Lion King is a good movie. I just so sad, you know. Dad, get up. Stats.
He's poking him with a stick.
He's poking him with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
And the soundtrack
Did
from
he
The
poke him
Lion
with a
King.
stick?
I don't think so.
Okay.
The
I
soundtrack
just
of...
made that up.
No. Yeah, you like to talk about poking dead things with sticks. The soundtrack to The Lion King is so good, too. Okay. My number 4 is Coco. I enjoy Coco. We watched that like on accident one night. I was just like, I'm just going to leave it here. So good. The animation is so beautiful.
I like the guitar playing and even the way they drew their fingers up close playing guitar.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's so detailed. That's a gorgeous movie. It's gorgeous. Okay, Eric, now we're to number 3.
My number 3 is Coco.
Well, I guess we don't need to talk about that anymore.
They even had the little signature, what's Coco guitar they sold. I think they still sell them.
Yeah, the little Coco guitar
Yeah.
at the, they had it at,
They had them at Sam Ash,
Yeah.
which is closed now. But
yeah.
I think they had them at Guitar Center.
I like movies that are for children where the characters like do something that encourages kids to do things. Do you know what I mean? Like play guitar, read, whatnot. And my number 3 is the Aristocats. Everybody wants to be a cat.
Okay.
I love the Aristocats. It's such a cute movie. And your number 2?
My number 2 is WALL-E, which also made my top 10 science fiction movies. I have 3 movies on here that were also on my...
What? WALL-E?
WALL-E, The Black Hole,
oh,
and the other one
okay.
that we haven't got to yet.
My number 2 is also WALL-E. I love WALL-E. That's a good movie. I don't really have anything to add to that. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And you should do a double feature, WALL-E and Coco. Because I'm just going to assume you've already seen the Aristocats, what with it being old. Okay, our number 1 movie is Eric.
My number 1 movie is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Which is also my number 1 science fiction movie.
And I know some of you are probably thinking it doesn't count, but I can assure you it does, because even though Disney didn't create it,
they bought it.
They bought it, so it's theirs. They licked it, so it's theirs.
If I had enough money, I'd buy it, and it would be mine, and it would be top 10 Eric movies, and it'd be like Star Wars is number 1. It's
now,
the greatest movie of all time.
I do love, like, when we say Star Wars, we mean A New Hope.
Yeah, I'm talking about episode 4.
A New Hope, yeah. It's an excellent movie. It's an excellent series, but it didn't make my list because I'm a Disney purist. So my number 1 favorite Disney movie is Alice in Wonderland, the original, the cartoon. I love that movie. It is a weird story. It is an effed up story. It's so weird. And I love it. And when I was a little kid and I knew it was weird, I loved it. I always loved that I was a weird kid. I knew Alice in Wonderland was weird, and that did not scare me. I loved that it was weird. I love everything about Alice in Wonderland. It's awesome. There was this guy, when we were at the Magic Kingdom the other night, well, I was there. There was this family in line to meet Tweedledee and Tweedledum. What happened to your hand there? Is that a wart? Oh. But I was in line for Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and they were a few people in front of me. And they were mad because Tweedledee and Tweedledum had to take a break. And he was like, well, we've been waiting here. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they've been standing there in hot costumes for...
How was he?
You know. And the lady said, well, they'll be back after the parade because the parade is 15 minutes. He goes, well, I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to be first for them. And the girl was like, okay. And then they had us come around to meet the Queen of Hearts. I guess he didn't want to, he was like, piss on the Queen of Hearts. He had his heart set on Tweedledee and Tweedledum for some reason. Not that there's anything wrong with Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm just saying, like, just 50 feet away was Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger in their Halloween costumes. Winnie the Pooh was a bumblebee.
Did you like his outfit?
And I think Eeyore was a clown. I didn't get in line to meet them because their line was actually redonkulous. But even the Winnie the Pooh character's line, when it's not a special event, is still really long. But you know what you do? If you have the funds, splurge on character dining and make a reservation at the Crystal Palace, then you get to meet Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, and Piglet, which is what I did. And the food was really good, and it's nice and clean and bright. And then when if you, depending on what time you schedule your dinner, you can walk right out the door and have a perfect spot for the fireworks also, if that's something you care about. But anyway, that's it. Those are our top 10 Disney movies. We'll do another top 10 soon. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to everyone later. Bye.